Yep. Okay, other business. I do have one thing for other business. There it is. The Community Fire Department requests the use of the transfer station for a fundraising event on April, what is the date? It's this Saturday,
This Saturday,
yes.
23rd.
23rd, thank you. From 8 to 1:30 PM. They've done this in the past. They just want permission to do what they have done. So I'll entertain a motion to allow them to conduct their fundraising with all the safety precautions and working it out with the transfer station for a convenient place to operate.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. I'm gonna take number 10 away, I really do. Paul's already smiling. Okay, citizens' comments. Go ahead.
Me?
Yes?
I just want to say thank you so much to the board.
Oh.
Christine Campbell, sorry. I just want to say thank you so much to the board, because when I brought up the Burrellville Power Plant at the last meeting, I was almost in panic mode and hadn't done much research so far. I just want to say thank you so much for organizing this awareness for the town. And is it going to be discussed in the next selectmen meeting as to when it's going to be scheduled for? Or is it just going to go on the website when you guys have the date?
It depends on the time frame and what his schedule is available. I mean, if it's between Board of Selectmen's meetings, obviously, we're not gonna discuss it, then we'll just
Right?
publicize it, so we'll see what his time frames are.
Okay, and I have a question. The state's attorney's office investigation that Shayna had filed a complaint about back a while ago, what's the update with that? Where does that stand? What's happening with that?
It is active.
What does that mean?
They are doing their due diligence.
Are they gonna be coming into town hall and doing
When,
investigating?
Arrest anybody yet?
they are conducting their investigation in an appropriate manner. They have been in contact. The town hall is working with them. And they, like I said, it's very methodical in their process.
And will you all share the information when it's concluded at the selectmen's meeting?
Whenever a conclusion is reached, we will, everybody will know.
And one last thing. I can't get past the St. Ange letter. Can we, the people, ask that you, selectmen, not give that letter to Attorney Penny because he's not
Public
privy to that?
knowledge. It was read into the.
No, I know, it's public
record.
knowledge, yes, so that means you don't have to send that letter to Attorney Penny, right?
It's, there's nothing secret. Mr. Slater made a statement, and just to let them know, it's all part of the process with the inlands, wetlands and everything. Just have it out on the floor in the opens, that way there's no issues with anything that may arise legally in the future.
I have two more things, I'm sorry, I forgot. The meeting tomorrow night, is the Board of Selectmen going to be at the inland wetlands public hearing tomorrow
I've
night?
attended every one.
Okay, so you're gonna be there tomorrow night. Next question, I heard, and I'm not sure if it's true, so I wanna ask and find out. I heard that for the buses, that the school has signed a contract, something in the town clerk's office. Is that true or not true?
They signed a contract with the bus union.
To go and get RFPs?
They had an open contract, the way I understand it, they settled their contract, there's language that allows them to explore.
But they're only exploring this point, they haven't done anything yet?
There's no RFP that's gone out at this moment that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Neal.
Rob Mann, 15 Meadow Drive. Yeah, a few things, the power plants. You didn't mention, you know, I just want everybody to know there's a Ocean State Power Plant, which is also in Burrville. And then there's the Algonquin Compressor Station, which is in Burrville, not too far away from that one. Now we have one in Dayville. He said there's another one coming in Dayville. My main concern is I understand, you know, you put your eggs on the table for breakfast and you put a teaspoon of salt on it. or a little bit of salt on it, and that's fine, you know, you like salt on your eggs, you have a little bit. But you know, you get 4 or 5 power plants within a 13, 15-mile radius, and now you're putting teaspoons of salt, you know, you put 5 teaspoons of salt on your eggs, you're not gonna eat them. And that's how I feel about the pollution with all these power plants being so local. And our region of the states, the Dayville, we're doing our share in our part of the state. You know, Burrville's doing its part, more than its part. They got a power plant at the Zambarino Hospital also, which they generate their own electricity. So you got the Ocean State one, the Zambarino Hospital one, then you got a compressor station. Their town's got 3 things going on. So that's just all I wanted to say about that. And then the other thing is I wanted to get a follow-up on how the website's doing with the minutes, the previous minutes that used to be on it, because I like to look at the history of meeting minutes and things like that, and they're still not readily available online.
They won't. We have the information, it has not gone up or even attempted to go up at this point. Okay, it's not forgotten. We are trying, I hate to use that word, we are working towards the administrative rights and bringing people up to speed to enter the stuff on the computer where everybody has the appropriate access. The main administrator for the town is Marie in the selectman's office, and she is learning that, and she's doing a wonderful job working with Mr. Stratus for the various things that he needs to do to allow her access throughout the webpage. So we are continuing to make improvements. If you look on the webpage, the buttons are gone. That round circle, we are chipping away at it very slowly to get it to where we want. We've put up all of the various vacancies on boards and commissions that are up there under opportunities. If people wish to donate, some time and help the town out. So we're slowly making, we're still looking for a couple of nice pictures that we can put up there of the town to give the character, other than the view of the West Thompson Dam. You know, even though it's a great place, but to show the rest of the character, you know, if people will, somebody comes up, get a shot like what we got there, very nice.
Show them the new
Town
road
hall.
shot, that would be great.
So, we are looking, and we are chipping away at it.
Okay, thank you. I also want to say, I do appreciate the board, even though we try to get things, we want things done that are regulations and rules that haven't been followed, and we want the previous, in the past, repaired, the damage that's been done. I'm hoping the town can continue to go forward. I really do appreciate all your hard work, your time. Some of you don't make as much money as others, some of you, either way, you care about the town. It means a lot. And I just want to say that, it's important. We need people in our town that care. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don Pimental, 40 Star Road.
All right, go ahead, Don.
I went to the Burrville Conservation Commission. That site where they're proposing to do this power plant was deemed unacceptable back in 1988. There's a gentleman that kind of another Paul Bear, would you say, right?
Yeah, you know a lot.
He knew a lot. He had his facts straight, he knew a lot. So, just so you know that, there's like 2,000 signs when you go through Pasco. No power plant, no power plant, no power plant. So, we're gonna help the folks in Rhode Island. What bothers me is the folks in Rhode Island are gonna try to help me with this case that I'm dealing with on Star Road, more than I feel I'm being helped in my own town. I'm very disappointed. I'm a little bit different than Rob. I'm a little disappointed because I just feel that, you're telling me tonight that you need Alan Rawson to let you know if you guys are the applicant or not in an application. I have a hard time swallowing that pill. I think you should make your own decisions. I don't want to influence you. You should be making your own decision. You should be discussing it. I watched you discuss tonight public record policy, but there was no discussion about the St. Ange letter. We just kind of put it under the rug, so to speak, and I don't understand that. I can't fathom it. Someone's gotta follow up, if, I don't know what St. Ange gets for a phone call, but if it gets $100, I'll give it to you tomorrow. I need you to call them and ask them, how did you base that decision? Explain that to me, Kenny, I wanna know how he came to that decision. It doesn't make sense to any of us in this room. I don't see Alan in this room. I only see Alan when he wants something. And that's what I have a problem with. I don't see him here tonight. 2 weeks ago, he could've gave that letter to Penny if he wanted to. He's not entitled to it. And you ask Bill that tomorrow. Was he entitled to it? He was not entitled to it. So I wanna know who the town is, because I thought the town was the 9,500 people that live here. That's not Bill St. Ange, she's not the town. So if you're protecting the town, aren't you protecting all of us? Because I don't think Mr. Rossum lives in the town of Thompson. I'm very upset with what's been taking place week after week, month after month after month. We're gonna be 2 years in a month next month. In 2 weeks, we'll be over 2 years. You were a citizen, Kenny? You were sitting in our audience. You know the deal. To me, we're looking for a leader. We're looking for someone that's gonna step up and make decisions. I don't know if you challenge Bill. I don't know if you say anything to Bill. Everything's done secretly. But maybe it's time that someone, where's Bill tonight? Why isn't he here? To discuss his letter, to say why he made that decision. We don't hear any of that stuff. And that's what I have an issue with. It's always what your phone call with him, and it's between you and him, and the public doesn't know what's going on. And I'm sure if the whole public knew what it cost us so far in these hearings, they wouldn't be too happy. And if it continues after tomorrow, I ain't coming to another one. It's not gonna happen. They're either gonna end it tomorrow night, they got enough evidence to squash it, they gotta do what they gotta do. But they cannot end it at 10 o'clock tomorrow. They need to stay, let the public speak, and be on our way. Because I don't think it's fair that every time we continue a hearing, someone gets $1,000 for sitting behind that desk. I don't believe he's watching out for the town if that's the case. It's dragged out. I'm not getting paid to be there. You're certainly not getting paid to be there. But they all are, all the players are being paid. And I want it to come to an end. I want the public to be able to speak tomorrow and be done with this. And I don't know if you've seen the video and that we've all watched and shown, but I'm sure tomorrow it's gonna be played. Thank you.
One more. Rob Mann, 15 Meadow Drive. Yeah, I have to agree with Don on the ordinances and that, though. I mean, there's no doubt about it that, you know, the board votes to allow these things to happen, not an individual. If the individual does do it, then the board has to give that individual the responsibility. It's in our town regulations. On the other hand, about the power plant Don had mentioned, the people in Burrville also told us that what we really need to do as a town is we need to write a letter. We need to push, we want the EPA to do an analysis of that power plant before they approve it, so we know really what we're looking at. And we need the EPA involved. That's basically where the lacking is going on now. The EPA's kind of staying out of it. They need to get involved for the safety of everybody. And that's about all I have to say. I mean, we know what our regulations are. You can go right online, you can download a little file on your phone, you can put them on your computer and read them. We know what the rules are. You guys run the town, for the most part. You should know them also. And I'm sure you don't know all of them. I mean, it's a lot of reading. It takes many hours to read them. A lot of avenues. Thank you.
Anybody else? Mr. Bear.
Paul Bear, Thompson Road. Regarding the FOI Act, section 1-P12, last section, subparagraph G, Any individual may copy a public record through the use of a handheld scanner. A public agency may, that doesn't mean you have to, establish a fee structure not to exceed $20 for an individual to pay each time the individual copies records at the agency with a handheld scanner. As used in this section, handheld scanner means a battery-operated electronic scanning device, the use of which, one, leaves no mark or impression on the public record, and two, does not unreasonably interfere with the operation of the public agency. That's the section. Again, it says may establish a fee structure. Citizens doing it for the betterment of the community, there is an exemption from being charged for anything for FOI requests and documents for the betterment of the community. A lot of people have spent a lot of money in this town for the betterment of the community, and the taxpayers haven't had to foot the bill and don't even know about it. The website. This continues to be a problem. The buttons are gone. Why are the buttons gone? Why can't you just click on the icon instead of have to click on something down below that says for more information? You know, they should have been hot to begin with. You continue to deal with an individual that didn't deliver everything he was supposed to deliver even the second time around. He was paid twice for something that he should have gotten completed the first time. And it's still not there. And all we keep hearing is you don't want to use the word trying. Yeah, because trying, it takes as much energy to do something as it does to try to do something. And this is now 6 months, we're going to be in 6 months here, where this has been dragging on for longer than that because of his update and wiping out the data that was on the website. And to say you're trying to get administration rights, you should have had that from the beginning from this guy. Point blank, right up front. There's other people that can do this work. And if he doesn't want to comply, it's out the door. In the private sector, you wouldn't be dragging somebody along, paying him month after month. The public records policy. You talk about Tom Hennick's recommendations. The FOI Commission is not God. They get sued and they lose. They don't follow their own guidelines and their own rules and regulations. I spent enough time in Hartford with cases in front of them and citing the statutes to them, and they ignore them. So to say you're developing a policy because of Tom Hennick's comments, John Rowland was governor. If he gave you comments, would you take his comments and put it into our laws and statutes and ordinances? Think for yourselves, make a decision. It's not that hard. Steve, I'm sure you do this on a regular basis. Make a decision and go with it. You each have the ability to do that. You don't have to rely on all these other people. And regarding DEP in the state of Connecticut, that they're unaware of a power plant going in right next door. Gee whiz. How can you be unaware of it with the stuff that's in the news? It's why DEP is very ineffective in Connecticut. I'm a little disheartened that you didn't choose to put on other business. The business that I have with the bees in question, and to resolve that matter, and to direct the town attorney to draft whatever document to correct the problem. Because once again, if you're not going to take action on it, it's going to cost the town more money. You can either pay $1 today, or you can pay $10 tomorrow. It's management and making a decision. Thank you.
Anybody else? Hearing none. We're light on tax requests, just one tonight. I make a motion to refund $382.42 to Ally Financial out of Louisville, Kentucky. I make that a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Louisville, Kentucky, or from Kentucky.
Louisville? That's to me that kills the Louisville Slugger. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Based on that, I'll obtain a motion for adjournment. Make that motion, do I have a second?
No, I will.
Discussion, all in favor say aye. Meeting's closed, thank you for coming.